Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm about to film another American Reacts that will be posted later. But first is this short video for my viewers who have seen the awesome and very fun video Lap of the Gods with Greg Murphy and this beautiful machine right here. I got a comment. Let's look at the comment real quick. And I thought this comment was cool. It says, one important thing to understand about this is it's qualifying, but it was the top 10 shootout where the top 10 from initial qualifying get one lap only to determine the order of the first 5 rows. So it's one shot to get it right. He then says the car is owned privately now, and he gives a link to this site. And this was James Hawthorne. So thank you to you. Great comment. And it takes us to this site, which is whichcar.com.au for Australia. And here we go. This is actually from 2018. So yes, this isn't brand new information if you guys are fans of this, but I found it very interesting because I asked in my reaction video, where is this car now? Because I'm a big fan of motorsports, and you know, just as important as a great driver is a great race car to go along with it. So I'm always curious what happens to old cars. You know, sometimes cars are wrecked and forgotten about. Some have a rich history and go in a museum. Here we are, Greg Murphy's Lap of the Gods V8 Supercar up for sale. The car in which Greg Murphy drove one of Mount Panorama's most iconic laps could be yours. That sounds exciting at the time, right? How cool would it be to have this? I'd have it in my garage and start it up every once in a while, hear that thing purr, you know, have a snack, have some beer, and just drool at it. Just stare at it and adore it in my garage. It was dubbed the Lap of Gods, just over 2 minutes of driving perfection, a sublime performance of car and driver working in unison to put together one of the single greatest tours of Mount Panorama circuit. And yes, it was. I, again, am so new to this arena, but these supercars are awesome. I really do love the Holdens. I don't know much about the Fords yet, and other manufacturers that were in there. At the wheel was Kiwi Greg Murphy. I believe from comments, Kiwi means someone from New Zealand, I hope, who set the time in top 10 shootout for the 2003 Bathurst 1000, earning pole and a standing ovation from pit lane. And yes, he did. I saw that in the video. Everyone was super, super stoked. The energy was really high. He got a standing ovation. Everyone was just having a blast. The car was a Holden Racing Team built Holden V8 Commodore, which went on to win the 1,000-kilometer race the next day. It is now for sale. So he won that shootout, set a record, and he won the race. So that car was put together right. Everything down to the lug nuts was in spec, so to say. And I love the livery, Kmart livery, red, white, and blue. The cool white wheels looks like a very clean machine. I like it. Adding the legendary car to your collection won't be cheap, with offers around $900,000. I imagine that means US dollars being considered. Queensland-based collector John Anderson owns the car, which was restored in 2011 to its full 2003 Bathurst livery and specification. Wow, that's very cool. Originally built in 2000 for HRT, the car made its debut as a VT Commodore at the hands of Craig Lowndes, winning the Queensland 500 that year with Mark Scaife sharing driving duties. There's a nice shot of it from the back. Converted to VY specification, the chassis was then raced by HRT's Todd Kelly for the early part of 2003 before moving to the sister squad Kmart Racing Team later in the season. The full listing can be found on V8 Sleuth website. So we're going to check that out next together. Just why not, right? And then, of course, it says, you know, the 2003 pole lap of 206.8594 is, of course, etched into everyone's memory. It held that record for 7 years, it says. And now another New Zealander, Scott McLaughlin, is currently the fastest supercar driver at that track. So anyway, very cool info, guys. Let's check out that website, V8 Sleuth, I have pulled up here. And you can see here it strives to be both preserve and celebrate Australian motorsports, rich history from tracking and tracing down the race-by-race histories and changing ownership of individual cars. So this sounds right up my alley, too, as a big motorsports fan, especially a big muscle car fan, which down in Australia, you guys seem to love as well. Who doesn't love a proper, cool-looking, muscular-looking rear-wheel drive V8 muscle car? You just can't beat it. It is the epitome of fun behind the wheel. They're awesome. So I guess let's just look around real quick, and then that should be it. Of course, don't worry, there's tons of more awesome reaction videos coming up. But yeah, sometimes I like to just have fun and look at some some stuff, especially if I'm learning about a new racing series in a new country right now. I'm enjoying it, so why not dive into the culture? So yeah, if you look here, this is their video page. I might have to check this out more in depth later. We have some cool examples of race cars here. A lot of open wheel cars. Here we go. This looks like a supercar here, if not a touring car. Looks really neat. This is a Holden Commodore ZB. Looks pretty neat. Looks pretty neat. And this is definitely something newer. Right? Yes, it is. So February 5th, 2021. And then at showroom, it shows some more cars. And let's take a look. Look at, there's a Ford Mustang Cobra. Let's click on this. I like this. GTO. Which is odd because I think it was called the Pontiac GTO here in America, but I thought there was called the Monaro. So maybe this car is for sale, or maybe has a link to like an auction. I'm not sure. It said this is one of former Donut King Racing Team's HSV Coupe GTO race cars, driven by Barry Nesbitt in the Australian Performance Car Championship in 05, 06, and 07. So that's cool. And it tells a little history about the car. It even has an odometer reading, 9,286 kilometers. How cool is that? And then it has a price, $75,000. So there you go. That's a cool race car. Not quite Lap of the Gods, but a race car with some history nonetheless. So this is really cool, guys. Maybe you guys already know about this site, but as an American who's learning about another country's awesome culture and racing world, this is pretty cool for me. So I thought I'd highlight that real quick. Keep up the awesome knowledge, guys, and never be afraid to suggest. Ask me anything in the comments. It's awesome. I appreciate it so much. This is a quickie. Short one. Reaction coming later. Thank you, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.